video, I'm going to show you how you can make jewelry packaging cards from scratch using a Cricut machine. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is open up Design Space and start a new project. And I've already have it opened here. Secondly, I want a square. So I'm going over to Shapes and then Square. I want to change the size. So the width and height, I want to change to 3.5. So I'll change that. Then close the lock to lock it. And next, I want to change the color to white so I can see what I'm placing on my card. Okay, next, I want to place a score line 3 lines down from the top of the card. So 1, 2, 3. So right here is where I want to place my score line. So I'll go back over to Shapes, grab a score line, then I'll just swing this around and rotate it. And then what I'll do is I'll just increase the width. Go up to size and then increase the width. And then I will place it where I need to place it, right about here. So there is my score line. I need to add a circle or a shape up here at the top. So I'm going back over to Shapes and then I'm going to use octagon instead of using the circle. I am going to size this down. Let me go up here and just change this to 0.375 here, 0.375 there. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this here because we'll go back and center. Now, although this is going to be cut, I just like to go ahead and make that white as well. Now I want to place some text here and at the bottom of the card here. So what I'll do is I'll go over to text and then I'll just type in what I want to type in. I will scale this down so it fits my card. And the font that I'm using is the Cricut Sans font in the writing style. And I'll just move this here and then I'll just extend this. Okay, that looks like it's big enough. Okay, so now I want to add text at the bottom here. Go over here to text again and I'll type in what I want. So I'm going to scale this down so I could get it at the bottom of my card here. And as you can see, letters are really close. You can actually go up here to where it says letter space and just put space between your letters. And that helps out a lot. So I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller. I don't want it too big. All right, then just add more space between. And I'll just put that at the bottom there. Okay, so now I have everything that I need. I am going to select everything, all objects and text, including the square. And then I'm going to align, and then I want to center everything. Okay, so everything's centered. Okay, but before I go and, hit make it, I want to change the color of this word in the middle, moon. Now, if I go up here and click on, say for instance, I want raspberry. As you can see, when I change the color, all the words are the same color, but I want this word to be a different color from this and this. So what I'm gonna do is hit the undo button here. And then what I'm gonna do is click on the text and I'm going to duplicate it. All right, I want to double click and delete everything that I don't need, including the spaces. I just want the word. Okay, I have my word here. I'm going up here and I'm going to change this to, where do I want to change this? I want to use the gel. And I want to use, I don't have the bright green, so I will just choose a green and use the green that I want. Okay. All right, so now I have the color that I want here. So now I need to remove this word here. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and select this text, double click, and then I will remove the word moon and then add spaces in between so that I can fit this here or here. Okay, add a little bit more space. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and grab my moon and put it here in the middle, click off of it, and okay, that doesn't look too bad. All right, so now I have that here. So as you can see, I have Silverline and Brand the same colors and Moon a different color. I'm going to click on Silverline and Brand because I want that color to be midnight blue. As you can see, there is no midnight blue, so I am going to use blue, but use my midnight blue pen. All right, so I have that. And then down here, where silverlinemoonbrand.com, I'm going to change that color to use the same color as the Silverline and Brand, which is midnight blue that I'll be using. I want to make sure the moon does not shift when I go to align everything together, because if I don't group moon and Silverline and Brand together, then it will shift. It will move to the left or the right or somewhere else when I go to align it. So I want to make sure that all this is aligned together and it doesn't shift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select moon and then shift click and select Silverline and Brand, and then I want to make sure that I align it vertically. So I'll just click on center vertically, and then I want to hit group, so it groups all that together. So when I click on it, everything moves together. Okay, and select everything, and I want to align. The final thing I want to do is make sure the square is set to cut, the octagon is set to cut, my score line is set to score. I have my text here, which group together and will be in a different color. The website down here will be set to draw. With everything still selected, click on attach to attach everything. All right, so now click on make it. Okay, there's my card here. It's set to score, draw, and cut. And I'm using a 12x12 mat. I'm going to hit continue. So now the material that I'm going to use is medium cardstock. I already have that in my favorites, but if you don't have it in your favorites, just go to browse, type in cardstock, hit enter, and cardstock that you're using, and just choose from here. I'm using the medium cardstock. And if you wanted to add it to your favorites instead of having to enter it in and look for it every time, just click on the star and it'll be added to your favorites. And click done. All right, now I have my cardstock and I'm going to set this to more. because you never know with cardstock, the blade may not go all the way through. I'm going to load my tools and my material. I need my blue pen first, single scoring tool next. Then I'll come back and add the green pen that I'm using, and then the D point blade. I've loaded my pen and the scoring tool. Now I'm going to load it. Now I'm going to hit go. Load my green pen and hit go. I just loaded my green pen. Now I'm going to hit go. And finally, I'm going to load my, not the fine point blade, but I'm going to load my deep cutting blade so that I can cut through this medium cardstock. Okay, just loaded the D point blade. Now I'm going to hit go. I'm going to unload this. I've already removed the card from the cardstock. And then I'm just going to fold this, and just use my tool there. I have that where it folds back. And I have bracelets. And then all I'm gonna do is just fold it back, staple this down, maybe 1 or 2 staples in here at the top, and then I'll just grab my jewelry box here and just lay that in there like that, and just put the top on. And that is how I make my jewelry cards for packaging. You can use other cardstock, different colors as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what I've shared with you today, give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe.